Dr. Shamanda. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things mental health, personal finance, and overall strategies to live your best life. So welcome back. If you're new to this channel, I am a single mom, millennial single mom of two teenagers and former high school dropout turned doctor, PhD. And I'm on a journey towards financial freedom, time freedom, and building generational wealth. So I wanted to, well, first of all, happy Friday. We have officially made it, almost made it through this week. And I'm super excited about this week. It's been amazing and phenomenal. And hopefully your week has been very well. Today, this morning, as when I got up, I looked on Instagram and I saw this post. And it said that, just paraphrasing, that we could be, like this time next year, we can be in a completely different place, right? Whether that's financially, mentally, spiritually, romantically, whatever, right? Like we can be in a totally different place this time next year. And honestly, it made me think about how much I have grown and how much I've been able to accomplish in just, a short period of time. And I want to just encourage you guys to utilize your time wisely. And I know, life is busy, life is chaotic at times. There's a lot going on in the world. People are trying to just make it, trying to survive. But at the end of the day, these 24 hours that we have each day that we're alive, if we can utilize them as best as possible and make the most of them, it can literally help transform our lives, literally. I think about just this time last year, I was still a PhD student. I was still working on my doctorate. I was working working with kids as a therapist, 100% remotely online, through a great company. I was, saving, investing, paying off debt. I was just, living, and just working towards my goals. I knew that I wanted to finish my doctorate by the end of that year. And I just was like focused on that. I was vlogging the journey. I was getting ready to release my first movie, which was, a lot in itself. And I was just focused and dedicated. I was weight training, all of that good stuff, working with my children, helping them through their experiences and just living and just focused. And I look, fast forward to now, and I look back on last year, I'm just like, wow, I'm so glad that I set those goals. I'm so glad that I stayed steadfast towards what I committed to for myself. I'm so glad I started tracking my journey, my financial journey, and my goals, because tracking them and setting weekly, monthly, quarterly goals really helped me, because it really made me stop and look at time differently. Like, if you focus on how much you can accomplish in an hour, how much you can accomplish in a day, how much you can accomplish in a week, and how much you accomplish in a month, when you start breaking down your goals like that, whether it's your weight goals, your financial goals, your spiritual goals, your mental health goals, your parenting goals, whatever it is, if you start breaking it down like that and you're tracking it, I'm telling you, you can see that you've accomplished so much. And that's what I did. So by the end of December of last year, I had already, accomplished, certain savings goals, investing goals. I had finished my doctorate. I literally pushed to the finish line. I remember getting my call from my the chair, and I think it's the final person who approves it, CAO, getting that email and that call saying, hey, Dr. Burston. So basically they had approved my dissertation. And I remember it was a moment where it was like, we can just, if you want to take a break, we can reconvene at the top of the year type thing. And I was like, no, let's push through. And it was right before Christmas break. And so there was this like a small chance that like things were going to get through, because people get ready to leave off for holiday, for vacation. But I was like, no, like God gave me, like I had already prayed about it, and God said, this is your year. You're going to finish your stuff this year. But it took me committing to it. It took me staying up and writing every night and focused on my research and things like that. when it came to my weight goals, I wanted to shred fat, right? And I had to be consistent with that. So, like I said, I'm looking back on that year, like all of last year, 2024, and I'm just like, I'm so grateful. I'm so glad I did not give up on myself, because that year, I feel like last year really set the foundation for this year. This year, I'm super excited because I know that I'm going to hit my financial goals. They may not be perfect. I may not, there might be something I'm slightly off on, whatever, right? I'm hitting my fitness goals. My kids are doing amazing and hitting their goals, and I'm assisting in them in their transitions, 17, 18-year-olds. So it's a very important, interesting phase of their lives right now. And just every other aspect of my life, my career goals, everything. And so I just want to encourage you, sometimes we get caught up on all the stressors in our lives and think that we can't accomplish certain things. But if you can really look at time as an asset, you realize that you can. If you set your milestones, I don't care what it is. If you want to lose 30 pounds, and then, okay, how fast do you want to lose that 30 pounds? We got 4 more months left, 4 full months left of 2025. You can do that. But how do you want to do it? Do you want to do it super fast? Do you want to break it up? However you want to do it, you can break it up in time, because there are 24 hours in a day. All right, I'll tell you a goal that I have. I set a goal, which is probably crazy, but I set a goal to have my channel monetized by August, and I said that at the top of the year. I didn't really know what that would look like. I don't even think I had not even 1,500 watch time hours at that time. And you guys know it's really hard to get those hours, because it's not minutes, it's hours of time, right? And then at the top of this month, August, I said I hit 3,000 watch time hours. I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself 31 days to reach 4,000 watch time hours. So if you guys have noticed, I've been on here a lot more frequently. Thankfully, time has allowed me to do this week, but or I've just utilized the time wisely, I'll put it that way. But I said, you know what, I'm going to do 2 videos a day all week, and I've been able to do that. And we're less than 300 watch time hours away from 4,000, which is full monetization requirement. That was a intentional goal, though. That was intentional. That was me saying, hey, I'm going to be very intentional with my time. Film videos in the early mornings, and one on lunch break, or in the afternoons after I leave work, whatever. I knew there are time chunks in our day that we can do certain things. You have to find that time and utilize that time to do whatever it is that you say you want to do. If you don't want to work a job forever, and you don't like your 9 to 5 or whatever it is, then what business do you want to start? Okay, well, so many people think that they have to quit their 9 to 5 in order to start their business. No, you don't. No, you don't. Trust me, I have been in a 1099 or independent contractor before. So basically full-time, self-employed. It's something I think some people, you can definitely do it. It's possible. But if you can do your 9 to 5 while you're doing that, it's so much easier. And then whenever you get to a point where that 1099 or that self-employment is making more money, or enough money to sustain you and make up for the money you were making in your 9 to 5, then you're good to go. But until then, I highly suggest doing both. So then you just look at what's your 9 to 5 hours, because all 9 to 5s aren't the same hours, right? That's just like a title that we give it, or what we call it. But look at those hours. What can you do before work, and what can you do on your lunch break or breaks? And then what can you do after work, and what can you do on the weekends? So many people, if you think about your time, sometimes we're just using our time and spending our time on things that aren't really going to give you an ROI, and a return on investment. That's how I look at it. My time is an asset. So if I'm spending my time with something or someone or whatever it is, it needs to be something that's going to be giving me something back. That's just how I look at it, because time, you're never going to get it back. It's finite. There is no overwhelmingly abundant amount of time. We all have a set amount of time, even in a 24-hour period, but we can utilize that time in so many different ways. When you get creative about that, then it's going to be life-changing. But seriously, y'all, so much can happen in a year. So by the time this year ends, God willing, my channel will be monetized. So I'll be getting paid for my videos, my content. I'll be closer to my my work optional investment goal. And so much debt would have been paid off. My car be paid off. I'll be in my home for 2 years. Like, there's just so much, and I just want to encourage you, think about time differently, and think about who you want to be, and think about when you enter 2026, God willing, what do you want this year to look like? What do you want to be able to reflect on from this year? What do you want to say about this year? What do you want to say to yourself? Like, oh, I'm so proud of you, because in 2025, you did the dang on that thing, baby. You accomplished this. You've been working on that for so long, and you finally crossed that off. You finally met that goal. You finally finished that certification. You finally got that degree, right? You finally started that business. You finally increased your income. You finally helped your kids do X, Y, and Z. You finally restored that relationship. You finally now have this high level of self-esteem and self-worth, and like, you're just a different person. You look different. Your tone, like, there's so much you can do in this year. And guess what, y'all? I know this is August 2025, and some people might say, well, the year almost over, let's just start over in 2026. No, 4 months and a little bit over a week, you can do a lot in that time. Trust me, you can do so much in that time. And me personally, I'm not wasting not 1 minute of my life. And I live in an autoimmune disease. You guys know this if you follow me. Crohn's disease. There's no cure for that. And so for me, people be like, why are you so focused and so passionate? Because I know what it's like to live with this sense of like, just never just knowing, right? Technically, we all are in that same situation. You never know when your last day is. We never know. You could be the healthiest person ever. Something could happen to you and you're no longer in this world. But I live with an autoimmune disease and there's no cure. So if something happened and triggered this thing, baby, I could be talking to y'all one day. God, it's not even funny, but I could be talking to y'all like just one day. Next thing y'all know, I'm somewhere in the bed somewhere and can't get up. So I don't take that lightly. Like, I'm laughing about it, but that's just my anxiety. But seriously, like, I'm so serious. Like, you just never know. And so for me, I'm like, baby, God, listen, as long as I'm healthy and I'm breathing and I can move and I can function and I can speak and I can teach people and I can use every gift that you've given me, I'm going to do that every day. I'm going to show up and use that every day, whether it's in my therapy work that I do as a professional and, in my 9 to 5, whether that's, as a content creator, on my YouTube channel, my production company, whatever, however, I'm going to utilize my voice. I'm going to share. I'm going to make a difference, make an impact, because that's what I'm here to do. And I'm going to use my time, because this could be all over anytime. You just never know. And that's for all of us. So again, remember, there are going to be setbacks. You're going to feel like you failed at some point, sometimes. But anyway, just get up and use every day wisely over this next 4 months. Like, no games, because guess what? We're going to check back in December. We're going to check back in January 2026. And let's see what you did. Let's see what you were able to accomplish. I want you to be proud of yourself. I want you to be able to say, you know what? I did it. I had this happen to me, but I still got back up and I did everything I said I was going to do at the beginning of 2025, right? Because so many times we set these goals, these resolutions, and by the end of the year, well, most people, like, by the end of that month, January, you've already forgotten about it because you failed or something happened and you're like, oh, it's not perfect now, so I gave up. But don't give up. Also, make sure you surround yourself with people who are going to hold you accountable. I can be your accountability partner. I told y'all, I did not start this channel just for myself. I really didn't. Like, for real. Because I don't need accountability. I'm like, I ain't going to hold you. Well, not as much. Don't put it that way. Because, see, for me, I can do myself in private. Like, I can put, have my budget video, like budget books and stuff like that, and track it. I got my boards on my wall, tracking stuff. I have teenagers who can hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? I do post these. This is the level of accountability, so I will say that. So there's that. But I motivate myself. I'll put it that way. I'm motivating myself. But I like to hold people accountable. I love that. It's something that I just naturally do very well. I love holding people accountable. And by me sharing these videos, I'm holding myself accountable, but I'm also able to hold you accountable. You can always comment in the videos and be like, you remember when I said I was going to pay off my car? Hey, I did it. Like, there you go. Because I'm going to check in every time. I'm like, listen, where are you now with your goal? Where's your progress at now? So I would definitely be your accountability partner. No worries. But stay focused, y'all. Stay disciplined. Stay committed. You can do whatever you want to do, whatever you put your mind to, and your life can change in 1 year. All right, it's that simple. All right, guys, if you like this video, like the video, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.